Hey everybody, Nate Carter here with today's Cornerstone Connection. And boy, I've been having some weird dreams recently. Just the other night, I was dreaming about this conference that I'm part of the planning team for. And I dreamed that I was at the conference and we were standing around in a circle and we were praying. And the guy next to me like reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a flask and just starts drinking whiskey in the middle of our prayer. And I called him out on it and he got all mad at me and he went out and into the parking lot where there happened to be a gas station, and he lit a match and he exploded the gas station right outside of the place we were gathering, and we were all freaked out and panicked about it. Now, I don't have the gift of dream interpretation, but I think I was probably, if I were to take a guess, I've been thinking about that conference a lot. We're planning it right now, maybe just a little worried about it, and so that my anxieties were kind of playing out in this dream. Now, I don't have the gift of dream interpretation, but you know who does? Joseph. Remember Joseph? Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Joseph's in a bad situation here in Genesis chapter 40. He's in prison. And in the midst of prison, we have these two workers for the Pharaoh who have these dreams. They're in prison as well. And we pick it up in verse 5. While they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. When Joseph saw them the next morning, he noticed that they both looked upset. "Why do you look so worried today?" he asked them. And they replied, "We both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean." "Interpreting dreams is God's business," Joseph replied. "Go ahead and tell me your dreams." Now, we're not going to dig into the dream interpretation here in this connection today. You can read the rest of the chapter to find out more. But what I do want to point out is two things. First of all, that God has given Joseph a unique gift. And in fact, God has given each of us unique gifts, spiritual gifts that we are to use to help build the kingdom of God and advance the gospel. And we all should be able to recognize our spiritual gifts. What has God placed uniquely in you or given you a special ability to do that you can harness and use for the kingdom of God? I think for me, obviously, music is one of my gifts, and probably the main gift that I use. And I don't take that lightly. That's something that I try to invest in the kingdom every possible time that I can. And I wonder if there are some of you that are watching or listening to this connection, and you've got a gift, you've got something to offer that you haven't yet fully used for the kingdom of God. If that's you, especially if you're part of Cornerstone here, I invite you to come and meet with one of the pastors or staff and tell us what is that if that's not being fully utilized, because we'd love to help you utilize that. You were born, you were designed for that purpose, to use that gift because God gave it to you. The other thing I want you to notice is what Joseph said. He said, interpreting dreams is God's business. He clarified right before these guys, they knew that he could interpret dreams, but Joseph was clear to say that the only reason that he had that ability is because God had given it to him. And it's God's ability to interpret dreams. Now, same thing with whatever gift you have, whatever gift I have. I'll tell you, a lot of times when I'm up here at the piano, I'm in my heart saying, "God, thank you so much that I can do this." I can't think of any reason that I have this gift. There's nothing that I created within myself in order to be able to play the piano, for instance. But I love it, and I love God using it for His kingdom. And so I try as much as I can to keep myself humble, to say, "Lord, this is just because you gave it to me, and I'm grateful, and I want to use it for you." So if you're in that position, if you're using your gift, I want to encourage you to follow Joseph's example and give God the credit for the gift that He's given to you. Friends, it is such a wonderful thing to know your gift and then to use it for the kingdom. So I encourage you to use it well and use it for Him. See you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.